A quick one. I just want to quickly react to, and let us all take lesson from it because we must use every event to learn and to also improve or develop from where we are. Every incident must always give us a lesson, and we must always take cue from them to move on. The following are the things I just want to quickly point out before bed. You see that Tinubu novelty match played by ex Super Eagles is okay. Is okay. I want to just address those that are saying the ex Super Eagles betrayed Nigerians. They are not supposed to support Tinubu. You don't know. We have always said it. There are two Nigerias, and that is why I always say that our problem is not necessarily this tribe. You see, the first Nigeria is for those it is working for. The people that want to really maintain the status quo because the status quo is working for them. The second one is the one that is not working, and there are people in the majority, but there's a problem. I'll explain. You see, first, you are abusing Taribo for praying fervently. When last did you get as a broke man get credit alert that makes sense like that? You know, Tinubu does not really, he drives bullion van like he doesn't komo ilatowoko. Taribo receive alert, he shock, he begin pray, even he dey pray so tey even Tinubu shock. Go and watch that video again, see as Tinubu sef stand dey look am say alaye o le to yẹn ni, kí la gbé kí lẹ jù, what do we carry, what do you throw? Yeah, that was the way Tinubu was looking. You understand? For Okocha said he doesn't know what Tinubu wants again, but whatever he wishes for, that God will grant him. Especially, Okocha now specifies especially good health. Because standing beside the old man, Okocha knew the man was not well. He could tell that this man is not, things are not fine with this man. He's just forcing himself. You understand it? I won't blame Okocha. I won't blame Taribo. He's broke. They have weaponized poverty so much that in this country, Taribo's mate in Liberia is the president. But Taribo, NFF fucked a lot of them up. Nigeria Football Academy, Football Federation, or whatever you call it. Through the Ministry of Sports, fucked most of them up. You understand? What people do abroad and retire peacefully and enjoy in Nigeria, you will work your life out and you will not get anything for it. You just be living from hand to mouth until you are at the mercy of some money misroads. You understand? So Taribo West, he has my sympathy today. Error for gone. People really roughed him gone. But the way he enters spirit, you will know that something propelled it. It's not for free. They will look at last. But anyways, for Kanu, Kanu also has no fault too. I'm telling you. You know what? Kanu has a background. He gave us the antecedents that somebody did this to me when I was trying to start a foundation. Shouldn't I also reciprocate when the person needs me to come to his? The only question we all have for Kanu now is, why didn't you attend his birthday last year? Why didn't you honor him in previous birthdays? Why be saying that now? When he won't contest, you can't remember say he do you favor before. So we know the game all of them they play, and we understand what's going on. But me, I no go blame them. You know why? There are two categories of people in Nigeria. Those that want to maintain the status quo. These people, the country is working for them. So they don't see any problem with whatever you are saying. They want to maintain the status quo because it is working. So when you see people saying it's not as bad as you are painting it, this and that, Nigeria is working for those ones. As bad as you may say Nigeria is working for some people. Celebrity lifestyle that is being enjoyed by most of these people, and they are buffeted, like, sorry, make I not use grammar. Like they are really sponsored, maintained, sustained through all these kinds of patronages. I see these guys as entertainers. You guys call them legends or leg ends because they use their legs to play football, leg ends on the football pitch. Okay, fine. But at the end of the day, they are just entertaining all of us. Where is the glory of Nigeria Football Academy anymore, football club? Where is the glory of Super Eagles? When last did we win even an African Cup of Nations, let alone of World Cup? So I just see them as celebrities the same way I see Nollywood actors and actresses in our movies. Fact. But you know what? The people who want to maintain the status quo in Nigeria, the people who want Nigeria to remain the same, they are few, but they are organized and they are playing the game. The unfortunate part is that the people who want the country to change, the people who are not enjoying the country, who are yearning for change, they are more, they are plenty, but we are not organized. Organizing these people together is the only thing we are lacking. Once all of us can organize, we will displace all these people. We will displace them, discharge them from politics, and we can start having governance for the first time. You understand? They are doing their own. It's working for them, and they don't want to lose that status they are enjoying. Leave them. Do your own. Organize. Organize. So if all the people who don't want the status quo to maintain, to continue, what about we organize? And we are more. Unfortunately, the more the number, the more the complaints, is only complaints we know how to do. We are using our number to just be complaining. You understand? You understand? The more we are, instead of complaining, let's start saying, okay, about 20 million Nigerians are complaining at the same time about a problem. Isn't that enough? It's just to get these people together. Let's unite. Unite in that purpose. Once we unite in that purpose, it becomes easy to throw all this, displace them. But we are complaining, and we don't want to participate in what will change the situation. We will now come and sit and say, yeah, that's what they are doing. Who are the day? Talonja day. You are part of the day. That is what we are all doing to ourselves. You understand? Let us organize. And I am not saying we must win election. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is simple. If 20 million people agree that, okay, we will not even vote, but this is the direction we are going. Like, for instance, we want the election to be impossible. You will achieve something. Like, we want to create an issue. Like, we want to create an issue that will let everybody, like, that will make the country stand still. That will make the country stand still. That they will say that it's impossible to do anything further, except they now come and listen to what the people want. That's enough number. But just sitting down and complaining will not do it. The number of people complaining are more than the number of people who want the status quo maintained. But who will organize all these energies? Who will organize all these energies? Because we are always disagreeing. We are complaining about the same problem, but we are disagreeing at the same time with ourselves. Because we know that sometimes too they sponsor some fake angry people too to be diverting us. They'll be writing rubbish comments to divert you, because they're enjoying the system. They want it to remain. So we must first understand that there are some people that the country is working for. You must first understand that one. And those people will never want it to change. It is now left for those who want it to change. Just like those who don't want it to change, we want to maintain the status quo organized. We too, we don't want it to continue like this. We must also organize. Yeah. We must. But for us to continue to just complain, today you abuse Kanu, tomorrow you abuse Nwankwo, next you abuse another musician, next you abuse Nollywood actors, and they are building houses from the spoils. You understand? They are building houses from the spoils. So if you are expecting one celebrity to come and speak on your behalf, speak for who? And somebody who is enjoying the status speak for you. More. I'm sorry, it's not possible. No, it's not. It's not. So we must make sure that by ourselves we organize. If you like, okay, now when you are done abusing Kanu, you are done abusing Okocha, you are done abusing Taribo West. Those ones still mobilize their own fans, their own little fans, and went to support who they want to continue their status quo because they're enjoying it. Whereas those of us who are angry have refused to come together, bond together, and also say we also pitch an opposition against this. We refuse. We are just complaining. They will still win us. They will still win. You just be there abusing all day long. You go abuse, you go tire. So just abusing is not enough. No, okay. Who have we not abused among these people? Who have we not abused and they still did not win election again? No, mention the persons that will, because you abused him, he now lost election. Mention it. Mention that person. I didn't say him, I said it. Mention it. The person that you abused and as a result of your abuse now lost election. Or as a result of your abuse, people now still did not support him. Or as a result of your abuse, what you now said now pasted on his face or Lara, glued to the person's body, and the person can no longer walk or stand up or eat because you're abusing. Who told you? Nigerians, corruption don't enter their body, so they thrive inside abuse. You know what they say? That is what Nigerians have become. The more you abuse them, the more they enjoy their lives. They like the abuse. As far as they're not coming to do the thing that will upset them or take them out, it will continue to talk. I tell you, these guys don't send again. They don't send all of. If you like abuse, me, I have you don't notice I know they abuse anybody because you know they change anything. The abuse, eh? The abuse, you know they change anything. The only thing wey fit change something na make the angry people we plenty pass them, but na only cho 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 we dey do. It's time to organize o. You understand? I dey tell you, it's time to bond together. All the people complaining, spend that energy mobilizing and sensitizing people. Yeah, I love what Mr. Macaroni is doing, but he needs more skit makers to be doing that, and he can't do it alone. We need to allow for more skit makers to start coming up with such, sensitization skits. Support, sponsor people who want to do it. I wanted to start it, but my marriage cut in. I spent money, and you understand. Just buy gadgets, organize guys. At any rate, no matter how little, I will still eventually start. We need to sensitize people. We need to teach people. Organize all these energies and efforts. Go from place to place, talk to people. Do the legwork, but you will still need fund. No lie. You go need fund. If you ask all those people wey dey shout Tinubu new, Tinubu new, Tinubu new, if you like, I don't know whether it is his personal money, but the bottom line is he's spent on most of these people. Yeah, he's spent on them. He's spent on them. I listened to some comrades who had been around since Nadeco time, and they were telling us how Tinubu supported most comrades during the military when they were held in captivities, even though he was kind of buying them over to support his ambition. But that was what he used to capture most of them. He knew and still knows how to spend, not just talk. I'm not saying we need billions, no. But I'm saying we must understand that there are soldiers, there are people who are willing, but we must do everything to convince them that we are not just sweet-tonguing them. We also care about them. Yeah. That is the way to totally convince people and mobilize them. Show the care, show the love, support people here and there. Show love, show support. Yeah. And be telling them, do you know that these people don't really like you? Why not? Even Jesus fed the multitudes when he was preaching. People are hungry. You understand? People are damn hungry. As much as the people complaining are Bashepoto, if we come together with our little resources, it would be enough to discharge and displace all these people. I dey tell you. Many there are people. It's just that mobilizing them is what we are not finding that square root. For instance, I want to do a project. And I want to mobilize people. And I have so many people who are willing to join the project. Like, yeah, let us do it. It makes sense. The day is now near. You now start calling them, how far are you ready? You are trying to keep everybody, do follow up and keep everybody. You now start hearing, I would have loved to come. It's just that, bro, man, I don't feel like only you are fit there, I don't get transport. That is the reality of more than 10 million Nigerians. So you will need mobilization. You understand? So when you see people that Tinubu has touched here and there, here and there, saying, me, I know people, I am not here to preach Tinubu to you. I'm just telling, let's face our reality. I know guys at Shomolu in Lagos. This is as far back as when I started my masters at Unilag, 2018, 2019. You know what? These guys told me, Tinubu established us and we are cool today, we are living fine. If he comes out any day just to declare, say he won't run, that they will definitely, voluntarily start printing posters without collecting shishi first. Money no go never touch their hand though from Tinubu. By themselves, they will already start printing for free, volunteering, roll up banners, posters, and you understand. You understand? So Sapa is real, baje, and we must make sure. We must make sure that at all, we also organize with everything, including funds. There are already there are soldiers there are available. There are people from NSAS. You will know that there are people looking for any opportunity to mobilize. It is that mobilization that is just lacking. So rather than complain about the people that the country is benefiting and they want to maintain the status quo, let the people who are not happy about the status quo rather organize and displace the status quo. This thing is very simple. It's just that we are the ones distracting ourselves too much. We need sensitization, mobilization, continuous education, and see if we mobilize enough people who are angry. We don't need to start preaching to new converts. There are already enough number of people. Now just the mobilization remain. I won't leave am for here for now. I just make I quickly address the issue. Taribo West is a pastor. We know what pastors do in Nigeria. He has been frustrated. He knows what his mates are doing abroad by now. His contemporaries, he knows what they are doing. But Nigeria has frustrated him. Nigeria happened to Taribo West, so I won't blame him. When last did you reach out to Taribo West? Let me even remind you this guy. How many of you remembers Femi Okpabumi? Did you know he had sight issue at the point? He has gone into oblivion now. He had sight problem. He cried out on media. He tried to, mention his plight to the world. How many people reached out to him? He was dying in hunger. Who reached out to him? So if a politician now reaches out to him, you now call him names for trying to appreciate that politician when that politician now needs them back. No, we must learn to respect that people have relationships as a result of whether one incident or experience or the other. People have relationships. So Femi Okpabumi, when last did you reach out to him? You understand? Taribo West, I'm sure a lot of people know that something happened to all these guys. They are not as buoyant as before. When last did you just remember them and reach out to them? Somebody remembers him, reaches out to him, you are now abusing him. 2. Number 3, I'm not defending what they did. I'm only saying we must excuse them enough so that we can focus on organizing to displace that reality. Because it's not a pleasant reality. Kanu gave his own reason. He said Tinubu reached out to him during the time he was trying to start his art foundation. The same thing everybody else has said one thing or the other, the reason they want to go for him. Even though the rest of us know, that is not it. But some people don't care. So instead of condemning other people who probably would have died, but because somebody gave them peanut at the time, it survived them. They are not trying to be grateful to the person and you are abusing them. It's not necessary. For me, it's not necessary. They are trying to pay back the good they said somebody did to them. Should we abuse them for being grateful? Or is it not the same human beings that will say you are ingrate? Till Yinka Odumake died. Tinubu's camp of the likes of some people, columnists he always put together, they abused Yinka till he died. They called him ingrate. You understand? So when you now see somebody still saying he's grateful, you still abuse them again. We must learn to start ignoring some things and start focusing on what should be our own energy and strength to displace this unpalatable or undesirable reality. Unfortunately, even what I'm saying now, not everybody will still understand it. So what's the point? But the point is, I have made the point. I gotta go sleep now. But those of you that will understand the message, let us start organizing with our energies. We don't abuse tire. We don't abuse people so they still win with the abuse. And nothing changed. Now only abuse we sabi. And that's an industry on its own. Is that what we want to be doing? I'm not saying don't condemn them. You see what I just said now, that you will still not understand. I have not said don't understand. I'm seeing some comments. I have not said don't condemn. But I'm saying let's spend more of the energies on organizing to displace them. Instead of just just hanging in that industry of professional complainants or wailers or critics. Criticizing doesn't, in a Nigerian setting, criticizing doesn't, see, you will hear Ibu also, if you like, abuse them from today till tomorrow. They don't care anymore. It doesn't even affect them anymore. So, do you know how many years was it that Sans Sultan sang song? Okete Omanyiba Foloko, how many years? All those songs of Shena like this e go dey, all those songs of e go better, Nigeria go better. Even Idris Abdulkarim, as recent as it sounds, that Jaga Jaga song is already over 20 years. We have been condemning them since, but it has not changed. In fact, they are worse for it. You understand? We are worse for it because all we do is just complain. Therefore, for me, it is important that we change strategy. Yes, maybe half of the energy goes to condemning it, but at least half of the energy also should go to doing something about it. We don't want to continue to repeat, we are just singing and complaining and dancing. In fact, no musician wants to sing any song that condemns politicians anymore because they have heard enough of it and they are tired. They get hunted down for complaining with their songs. So they have bid farewell to them and they are not doing that again. What these guys want to be doing now is just to be singing for love. Look at what they are promoting on Twitter now. What Facebook algorithm is promoting now. Go and check the skits on Facebook. This thing I'm doing now may not, Facebook will not suggest. In fact, Facebook will even still repress my page for speaking this truth. It will not allow it go on the feed. for people to see. But let's start shooting a skit now. Let me just show a lady with pants half down and bearing cleavage, and one guy trying to just capture the girl, and do a skit like that. You see the way Facebook will be suggesting it to everybody. Millions of people go, yeah, begin to watch this one. You understand? So what they are benefiting from is what they want to maintain. It is now left for us who are angry about the situation to say we must do so. So it's not just about condemning. We don't condemn tire. We don't condemn. They don't dey condemn before they bomb me. Now e go better they take bomb me. I dey comot for my papa, my mama thing like this. I dey e go better, e go better. I say okay, okay. This February I clock 35. E don even worse pass when dem born me. I go see. So we must change method of just complaining and saying it go better. Change method. Not just using all the energies to be complaining. Complaining does not change it. That is where the weakness is. And this is where these bad guys are winning. They know that we won't do anything than complain. So they left us to continue complaining. While they are organizing their own thing and maintaining this, you say, if I want to online or what, so we definitely must begin to one energy to condemn it, another energy to provide solution, organize and work towards changing it. Let's start acting. I don't know what other summary is there to do. By the way, don't forget, start supporting genuine efforts. All right. When you see guys who are doing stuff, for instance, I want to organize groups. I want to organize groups that will be doing different kind of sensitization. You understand? If you don't mind, you can just call me up. Let's start. Let's put fund. Can you help us raise fund? Let's bring guys together to start shooting sensitization skits. To be rivaling and competing with those ones with pants and skirts half down the knees, cleavage bearing, and one guy trying to touch him. That's all we see every day that is trending on Facebook. But we can start using instead of criticizing and blaming all those ones, let's use our energy to also mobilize. Okay, let us also bring guys together that want to do sensitization skits. Sponsor them. We need fund for the positive. We need mobilization. There are energies available, but we are losing them because we are not organizing all these energies together. We are not putting them together. Okay, I'll go see you tomorrow now. You can reach out to me. So, most of you have my number after all. So let's talk about these things. Let's do something, Let's do something for real. Let's start organizing. God bless. God bless.